Hello world, we're back with a 2003 Carrera Turbo. Really nice car that we had just last week, our last video on, and the dent started out being this big. I got it down to this, and if you want to see through the board, it's still kind of wavy. It's got a lot of waves to it. Watch the jack. And we've got the board on it to show you what I basically left it with last week. If you see around this car, here's what we've done. We've taken off the tire. I tried to gain access from underneath here. I can't get this little piece out, and even if I did, there's a rubber boot that goes all the way back, and it's right along this body. So this is a real turbo, guys. This is a turbo that boot is an actual physical thing. This is an air intake. It's not just for show. And this thing is really, really strongly built. So I put a little tiny hole right in here to try to gain access. I touched that boot, and I'm like, nope, I'm stopping. Can't get up past around there because that boot basically covers this whole thing. We took out the taillight, tried to get access through here. Nope, it wasn't happening. So basically, we're back to the glue and finesse system. And if I analyze this dent real quick, turn the hat around and show you, we're talking about a lower brow still, a couple of little low valleys, a little high ridge right through the middle, a little high brow right here. I say let's give it about 65, 70 glue poles, and I think we're going to be looking pretty good on this one. So I'm going to get my tools set up and get the heat gun on, and I will say this. Thank you guys all for clicking on this video. I really do appreciate it. This is part 2 of Super Porsche. I mean, maybe we'll call it, Super Racecar Porsche, but because that's truly what this car is. What we're going to do is get the tire back on, get the thing all put back together, just same setup we have here, but a little bit more presentable. Get the heat gun and the glue and everything all ready, and we'll come back to you in just a bit. Okay guys, we're back. We got the tire put on and the taillight put back in, and the glue heated up, making a couple of pulls. I've switched around to the other side, and I just throw it on there and give it a little snap. I'm using the gray glue. Oh, let's turn the board up. Oh yeah. I don't know if I said it in the first little part of this video, but we had the tire off and checking access on this thing. There's just none. There's no access to get in through the boot. There's no access to get in. I mean, unless you legitimately take out this whole entire thing with the boot that's 4 feet long and goes all the way through the back of this. So basically, I'm back to the glue pulling system on this. And we're going to take down every little high that we see here and just keep on at it. We're going to get it as good as we possibly can. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. We're still out here in nature, but we do have the microphone on, so hopefully you'll be able to hear us. And not using the heat gun because we're using the glue system. So yeah, what I've been doing here is just kind of tapping out some brows, and we didn't leave this dent horribly undone, but for such a nice car and such a large dent, it definitely has to be finished. So I'm coming through and just giving all the little pulls and maneuvers that I can on this metal. Once again, this is a really nice car for a really nice guy, and this dent right here is one of the toughest that I've done with glue pull ever. Obviously, if I could get my tools behind it, I'd spend about an hour and a half and have this thing dialed in and looking beautiful in about under 2 hour point of time. But because I can't get to it and I'm just doing solid glue pulling, and this thing was this big, just doing what I can. So we'll keep you guys in for as much as we can of this. I've got a lot of glue pulls to do. Everywhere I see a little high, I give it a little tap, and that breaks it open. Just enough for me to get back in there with another tab. And there's some weird stuff down here I'm going to go for also. But this is a patience thing. I think we're going to spend about another hour. We might do a little bit of speedy again, but I think what we'll do is keep you in for as much as possible, but then we'll come back and show you the end result when wifey wants to do the transition and stop filming. So I'm just going to kind of sit here and tappy, find my little pinches. Okay guys, here's what we ended up with. 2 days worth of solid work. I'd probably say we put 6 to 8 hours worth of work into this car. Definitely not perfect. It's got a little wave to it. This whole thing was done with glue pulling, and if you want to look straight down on it, you'll see that the waves we were left with is a tight little spot right through there. And the rest of it, I mean, we just dialed it in as good as possible. This is in my 21 years of experience, is one of the nicest cars I've ever worked on, but one of the most difficult dents to actually remove with glue. Just because the more I pulled it, like I said in the last video, the more I pulled it, the more tighter the pinch lines got. We call them an eyebrow, but it's more like there's a bottom crown and a top crown, and the more I would pull out through that center, those crowns would tighten up. So we ended up with this little wavy center. But let's think about the reality of the picture is that this thing was this big, guys. This was a 5-inch dent. And so I think for what we said we were gonna do and what we did, I think we did pretty good. If you don't mind leaving a comment and hitting us up in the comment section, hitting us up with a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notifications thing, we sure appreciate it. Other than that, I mean, I'll probably just have to take this thing out on the road and speed test it, get it up to 150, make sure this dent holds, right? Just joking. Anyway, I'll just say the thing. This has been PDR and I'm out. Peace.